So we're climbing Cane Lake and up to Abel Peak. And this is in the Pioneer Range that's deep in the heart of the Idaho wilderness. And so it's actually not very far from Sun Valley, a little bit north of it. And it's this kind of snowy mountains in the center here. And it has one of the highest points in Idaho called Abel Peak in the same range, but we're not climbing that. Now, initially what we're going to do is hike into Cane Lake, which is 5.5 miles and 1,700 vertical feet of elevation. This is a backpacking trip. We're going to spend 2 nights, and it is absolutely a gorgeous hike in, with towering cliffs on either side and following a creek that has many waterfalls and cataracts, and doing a little bit of low-grade scrambling over some of the obstacles on the trail. And then we camp along this absolutely gorgeous lake. First thing the next morning, then we start making our way up to Abel Peak. And we're going up this little valley that looks like here a little bit of grass, but it's actually like walking on carpet. And it's absolutely beautiful. And we get really high up, then we're in this boulder field. We didn't have any snow at this time of year, but we walk along this edge. And on one side, on the left, it's fairly steep, but on the right, it's an absolute cliff. Now, from Google Earth, it doesn't look like the top is that hairy, but when we got to the top, it is actually quite a steep drop on either side. In fact, it required a few moves that I would classify as class 4 or maybe 5-1 or 5-2. We didn't have a rope, but each move was really secure, as we decided to go for it. And the view on top was absolutely stunning. You can see all the lakes, and you can see all the jagged peaks at every direction, and we just really couldn't get enough of it. And then we started heading down this edge again, the same way we came. And we got to the saddle, then we noticed there were some clouds forming in the horizon. This gave us a little bit of pause. So we hightailed it, backtracking down to the place where the moss was, and it's like carpet we were walking on, like I mentioned before. At that point in time, the clouds were very close and very ominous. And so we had to find shelter. And I'd say for about 20 minutes or so, we were in an extreme thunderstorm, and hail was coming down. There was lightning around, and we were a little bit worried. But we were in this rock outcrop, so we were protected from the elements. As soon as the thunderstorm abated, then we made our way down. And by the time we got back to camp, it was actually fairly nice. So it was definitely a cool trip. From there, it was spent the night, another 5 miles and 1,700 vertical feet out. We made it back to the car, and it was just an absolutely wonderful trip.
The Serbs wanted to take Sarajevo. The trees that are lichens, I went to one of those ones and learned lichens are actually a marriage of a fungus and an algae.
And we
Check out your pole vaulting skills. Oh dear, I don't have very good ones. You need a pole to pole vault. Boy, Lindsay, you could do it. So I'll catch you on the other side. I'm just too much about this, aren't I?
Yeah, just do the splits. Come here. There we go.
And so
Here we are, about to make the summit push. Just go walk over to the saddle.
Okay, here they go. They're gonna go up this little summit thing right here. And I was not a fan.
It's on right now.
Does your strap say breathe?
Mine doesn't have a strap. Think like I thought to myself like, oh, she's a rock star. Like, well, I think it was cold. She was cold. Enjoyable. Yeah. Because of the suffering.